road to work. So we're talking about collapse and how, you know, this current course is unsustainable. You cannot keep it going. Michael Rupert says you can't run an infinite growth paradigm on a finite resource. I say he's right. I disagree with a little bit with his peak oil complaint, but that's a topic for another discussion. And I also disagree with his war against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not cause this. Failure to comply with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is what has brought us to this point. So you keep that in mind, Michael. I have people who ask me, hey, well, you know, when do you think the revolution begins? The revolution's already begun. What are you talking about? When does the counter-revolution begin? Well, I'll say the real civil unrest begins when people can no longer watch American Idol, Dancing with the Whores. That's when the real civil unrest starts. People will stop being sedated. By that time, they won't be able to get a hold of their pharmakia, and they'll have mental breaks. Because we're all a bunch of jellyfish, but jellyfish en masse can be a very dangerous thing. You know, I mean, one effeminate non-male is enough, but a horde of effeminate non-males, that's a scary thing. So we'll just keep sucking down high fructose corn syrup, continue to drink the tap water, get our shots, take our pills, and watch our TV until that paradigm is officially ended. But no, we are already in the state of collapse. We've been in a accelerated state of collapse for the last 5 years, easily 5 years. And they've, you know, managed to paper over the collapse for people through bailouts and too big to fails and all of that. That's all come to an end. They're out of bullets. And the rest of the world has rejected the dollar as the reserve currency. The Fed knows it. That's why they're changing they're changing digits from one pocket to the other in order to keep the scam going. Alan Watt calls it conology. That's very clever. He's right. They're keeping the con going as long as they can, while they arm to the teeth against the public. Hunker down, as if it's going to be World War III or something. Buying nearly $2 billion in hollow point ammunition. It's ridiculous, you know. Geneva Convention states that you cannot use hollow point ammunition in war. Well, what's the federal government buying all this hollow point ammunition for, I wonder? I think we all know the answer. That's why we have 10 million firearms a month being sold, while the federal government pushes for gun control legislation. First through registry, then through confiscation. It's a total joke. It's very, very, very cynical. Very cynical. revolution begin? The revolution has already begun. The American public has already been labeled the extremist. You need to wake up to that. What you need to do is decide what kind of extremist you're going to be. Yeshua the Nazarene was an extremist. Gandhi was an extremist. Martin Luther King was an extremist. It wasn't through bullets and grenades and mortars and high artillery that they waged their war. Their war was a war of ideas. Their war was a war of the heart. Their war was a spiritual war. And you're in one. You are in a spiritual war. You had better get your mind wrapped around that. It's all playing out physically. There is a war against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's been going on through 6,000 years of history, and it's reached its conclusion. So let it collapse. Grow up. Stop being eternal toddlers. Stop being taken for a chump. Stop pretending that the government is here to protect you. The opposite is true.